Hello and welcome to another Planet Destiny video. This is Patrick Casey, otherwise known as Holtzman, and today we'll be bringing you some more information that we have data mined from the latest patch update. The first thing that we have data mined is the Ascendant Shards and Ascendant Energies have had their icons updated. Why is this interesting? Because there are also two new Ascendant type materials that have been introduced. There are Radiant Shards and Radiant Energy. Their icons are very similar to the new icons for Ascendant Shards and Ascendant Energy. There's also a brand new exotic material called Crux of Crota, likely obtained from the Crotas in Raid. Not much is really known about this item though, but it may be used to upgrade the Eidolon ally to the Necrochasm. A little bit more about that later. As we talked about in a previous video, there's upgrade materials for weapons and armor, and it appears that the Dark Below will introduce these materials to allow us to evolve some of our items. The first evolving weapon is called Murmur, a rare fusion rifle. It can be upgraded into a legendary version, also called Murmur. You'll need to increase your rep with Eris Morn, the new vendor coming to the Dark Below. We have a video and corresponding article specifically for her. Husk of the Pit is a common rarity auto rifle, perhaps rewarded for completing the Husk Reaper bounty from Eris. Again, we list all of these bounties and a lot more in the new article on our site. Husk of the Pit has an ambiguous talent called Cannibalism. The husk exudes a sense of sinister satisfaction when used to expire its former allies. When you unlock this upgrade talent, you will then need to use a new legendary material called the Embalming Orb to upgrade it. It will evolve into Eidolon Ally, a legendary auto rifle. Eidolon Ally has a unique perk called Bourgeoising Hunger, which leads us to believe that it can evolve into Necrochasm, the exotic auto rifle. So something that starts out as a common can then turn into an exotic. While this obviously won't be for everything, it looks like they're introducing a system that might allow us to upgrade certain weapons from lower to higher qualities. Finally, more info has been revealed about the timed exclusive PS4 Dark Below strike and the first House of Wolves strike. We already know a little about the Will of Crota strike, but new information about the Undying Mind strike, a PS4 exclusive until fall of 2015, has been revealed. An ancient mind, feared by the Vex themselves, hides amongst the channels of the Black Garden. Find this machine and end its existence. There's also brand new information about the new strike coming in the House of Wolves expansion called Trader's Catch. Its description reads, "A fallen wolf ship holding an infamous walker has touched down in the ocean of storms. Breach the catch and see to this walker's end." Finally, we have data mined some information about the House of Wolves story. Now, this is not the upcoming expansion, this is the next expansion after the current one. Essentially, we can piece together what the story is going to be based on some of the story missions and some of the strikes. One of the first missions involves you going to the Cosmodrome to find a House of Wolves Kel, who has been leading the revolt. Turns out he's actually on Venus, hiding amongst the House of Winter. So that's where the second quest is going to lead you. The final quest, you're going to end up going to the Vex Citadel, a location that you can currently get to through some clever jumping in the game. There you will find and defeat this Kel and retrieve a Vex Eon Synapse item. We don't actually know what any of this will do yet. There's still very little information on it, but we can kind of piece together what we're going to be doing in the expansion. Finally, there is a new raid coming in that expansion as well called the Arena, and the only description is test yourself. All this and a whole lot more is detailed in the latest articles on our site. We explain in depth how to acquire Murmur and Necrochasm and outline literally every new piece of information. We also recently announced the beta release of our database, which you can read about on our site. Thanks for watching. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.